guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nicole, and today we're going to be talking about Big Brother. Okay, so I'm doing a recap on the Big Brother episodes that happened Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So first we're going to talk about Daniel's HOH. Like, it was one messy week. Alright, so Daniel's HOH, Daniel and Nicole had made a final two, and I mean the reason why they made it final two was because of the hair situation. Like, they have like the same type of hairstyle, and I don't know, Nicole kind of remind me of Casey a little bit. Like, she kind of looked like her, I should say. But anyway, yeah, they made a final two, which they call themselves the Road Rats. Like, okay, now we have an alliance, which are called the Girls Alliance, which everybody is in it except for Taylor. And I think Nicole might be in it, but like, she wasn't like officially in it. So it was Paloma, Alyssa, Jasmine, Indy, Amira, and I'm not sure if Nicole was in it. I don't think she was at first. She might be in it now, but I don't think she was in it at first. And so it was basically all the girls except for Taylor. So this whole bullying situation with Taylor started with Paloma, and I wasn't really feeling it because I'm like, the girl literally didn't do anything. She didn't say anything to you or anything. Like, I understand you want to come after her because she's hanging out with the guys or whatever, and you might think she might be on the guy's side more than the female side. But what's up with all the bullying and all the stuff you're saying about her? You want to be mocking her and talking about her pageant walk. Like, why? And then want to sit here and talk about her to the whole house, and then have the whole house bullying her, basically behind her back. Even though it's not in front of her face, it doesn't matter. Like, she still gotta go home and watch all of that, and then she's gonna know that, oh, y'all been bullying her behind her back. And I'm just not, I'm not with it. Because at first it was just Paloma and Alyssa, but I don't think Alyssa was even saying anything about her. And then Taylor wanted to give Monty a heads up about the girls wanting to come after the guys. Monty took it as if Paloma was coming after him, which was not true. That's not what Taylor said. And even if that was the case, why are you going to Paloma about it? What happened to Black People Unite? Like, obviously she was trying to have your back. That's it. She was just trying to have your back. You think you going to Paloma and confronting her and asking her about it, and she's just going to be like, yeah, I said it, and no. What person is going to admit to it? And then going to sit there and be like, oh, well, I believe Paloma. Why? Because you want her? Because, by the way, she doesn't want you, one. And two, she's planning on coming after you also the next week. Like, you sitting here looking stupid on national TV. Like, I cannot make this stuff up. I swear. Like, a Black person is having your back in the game. And when you confront Paloma about it, you thinking, because you like her, you thinking she just telling the truth. Like, she's going to come right out and say she's coming after you. Like, why would Taylor need to lie? Like, no. Like, and because of that, Paloma is sitting there going around the whole house saying, oh, telling me this, said this lie about me, blah blah blah, and everybody is sitting there talking bad about her, saying, oh, she's rubbing me the wrong way, she's saying this, she's saying that. This girl can literally just breathe, and they be like, oh my gosh, she's breathing wrong. Like, I was watching a live feeds one night, and Taylor, Terrence, and Nicole were outside, and they was about to come in the house. Terrence was like, do you think we should bring everybody's shoes in? And Taylor laughed and giggled and said it sarcastically. No, they would get it. They would get it, or whatever she said. And when Taylor went in the house, Nicole going to sit there and be like, see, this is what I'm talking about. She said stuff like that is going to make you get kicked out the house. I'm like, she didn't even say nothing. Like, what are you talking about? All she said was, ha ha, no, they will go get it. And she said it sarcastically. Am I missing something here? Like, everybody is like, even now, it's week 2, and they are still bullying her, and I just don't understand why. I'm like, at this point, just bring my girl on home, and I understand she wants to be there, so it's like, I guess, but why? And people just sitting there making lies about her. Like Jasmine, for example, going to sit there and say that Taylor called her fat. You literally asked her a question. You asked her what size she wore, and Taylor responded and said size 00 or something like that. She answered your question. Where in that conversation she called you fat? And I'm like, and she's sitting there telling everybody this, and people are believing her instead of going and asking her themselves. Like, I don't get it. But yeah, I'm gonna just move along from that. Like, whew, like, it be making me hot. I be mad, because I'm like, why y'all sitting there talking bad about her behind her back? At least say it to her face. Like, if y'all have an issue with her, or if something pissed you off, whatever, say something. Like, what do you mean? But yeah, moving right along. Okay, so we have the nomination ceremony. Daniel decides to nominate Terrence and Michael. And I'm like, why because remember, in my first impressions, I was like, okay, we need to get Michael first. But now I changed my mind. I don't want Michael going at all. So I'm hoping there will be like some twist, or, you know, hopefully there'll be something with backstage to keep my boy Michael safe. But we still got the POV at the very least, you know. So yeah, at this point, I'm not that much confident with Terrence. I don't even like Terrence right now, you know, for obvious reasons. But I'm rooting for Michael. I'm rooting for Indy. I'm rooting for Brittany, even though she keeps opening up her mouth. But I'm rooting for Brittany, Michael, Indy, and also my girl Taylor. So next we have the Power Veto. The veto players were Michael, Terrence, Indy, Amira, and Daniel. And this comp, I don't remember the competition name, but basically they had to use this rod or stick or whatever, and they were sitting on the horse, and when the horse moves, they have to like catch these rings for like points. And let me just say, Michael and Amira were going at it. Like, it was neck to neck. Like, Amira could have easily won that one, for sure. But at the end, Michael ended up pulling it off, and he won the Power Veto. Yay! Like, I was so happy about that. But I was really shocked with Amira because she did really, really, really well at that comp. So future comps, she's gonna be the one to watch for. But whew, I was glad that he won that veto. I don't know what he gonna do, who he's gonna put on the block, which I already have a feeling who. But yeah, I'm just happy that he was able to save himself. So this veto ceremony, everybody is coming to Daniel saying, Taylor this, Taylor that, Taylor's doing this, Taylor called me fat, Taylor did this to me, Taylor is rubbing me the wrong way, she told me to clean a dish, and all this other stuff. And it was like, okay, well, since the whole house has a problem with Taylor, then I guess I'm gonna just backdoor her. Without even thinking about the twist. Like, you should have put someone up there that was less threatening. You know what I'm saying? Like, grow some balls. Like, seriously. Like, you have to think about the backstage. You backdooring her as if it's going to be a for fact that she goes home. Like, you already knew that the twist was in play. Like, do you not think? So, we have the eviction episode. And let's just say it's a crazy one because the night before, feeds were off the whole night. It was rumored that Paloma had left, which mental health is serious. Like, that's nothing to play around with. So, like, I really hope that she gets the help that she needs. But she still needs to not treat people that way at all. Regardless. Like, there was no reason she had to talk bad about Taylor and basically have the whole house come against her like that. And talk bad about her every single second of the day. Which was weird because she would always go and sit next to her. Like, were you mad because she didn't come talk to you day one or something? Because if y'all notice, if y'all watch live feeds or the episodes or whatever, Paloma will always go and sit next to Taylor. If you don't like her, why are you sitting next to her? That doesn't make sense. But yeah, it was rumored that Paloma had left. I don't know if they kicked her off or she wanted to leave, but when the episode came on, Julie was basically saying that there's some news that she had to tell us and the house guys. Okay, so the house was told that Paloma had left. Like, Daniel came out and he read it off of a card. And let me just say, I'm like, why are y'all crying like that? I'm just like, she didn't die. She's fine. Like, at least she's going to get some type of help or something. Like, why are y'all crying? I understand being a little teary-eyed maybe. Like, okay. But I'm not going to sit here and the girl's not dead. At all. But honestly, I hope she would have stayed at least until the backstage. But yeah, so Brittany won safety. And so when the house guests were told that Paloma had to leave the game, everybody started crying. And I feel like not everyone was sad, but it was like, if you didn't cry, you probably would have got targeted for that. Can you imagine if Taylor wouldn't have cried? She would have gotten targeted for that. They were like, oh, well, she ain't show that much emotion, so, you know, let's put her back on the block. And I just want to say, I have been watching the feeds lately, and I am late posting this video. It is not Taylor's fault that Paloma left the game. The house guests were literally blaming her for Paloma's exit. They was blaming her for her leaving the show. Like, what? Like, did y'all not see that whole comp outside? My girl Taylor would have flung her. She would have whooped Paloma's behind. I'm telling you. I mean, like, I haven't talked about the comp yet, and I'm getting to that, but I'm just saying. My girl was beating that. For sure. For sure. So either way, she would have been gone. Either that or Alyssa. Because we already knew Brittany was safe. So we have HOH part 1. And obviously Daniel can't compete because he was already HOH. So house guests have to go 2 at a time. Daniel has to pick 2 players each round. And let me just say, forget everybody else. So basically they had to walk across this platform or whatever, and it was like a obstacle course. And whoever got there the quickest would advance to the next round. So Taylor and Alyssa, because that's what I was focusing on, because I knew that comp was going to be for backstage. Like, the competition literally said backstage in the background. So obviously it had to have been for that. Woo! Would I say Taylor dominated that? She was like this. Like, she was like, shoom. Like, I was like, go Taylor, go, go, go. I didn't even realize that she tripped and like lost her balance. I just kept on saying, go, go, go. But yeah, she tripped and she didn't touch the ground nothing. Like, she was like this close. But she caught herself like, whew. I knew, like, as soon as I seen what the comp was, I knew she was going to do well. Because if you watch the live feeds, there's like this, it's not a balance beam, but it's like a thing that you balance on. And she will always walk across it and not fall. But everybody else that will walk across it will fall. I was thinking in my head, like, imagine if there was a comp like that. And it was kind of, you know, I was so happy for her. Whew. And it was against Alyssa. So imagine if Alyssa had to go against her. Dang, we would have been saying bye-bye to Alyssa. Whew. But good thing, right? So at the end of this competition, here comes Jasmine, right? And she slips as well. And you can clearly see that she kind of touches the floor, but she catches herself and they still let her go through or whatever. As she's coming down, I don't know how the heck she slipped and fell, but she slips and fall so dramatically and sprains her ankle, apparently. So I'm sitting there thinking, like, is she gonna make it to the next round or what? But they allow her to advance to the next round. The people that won HOH Part 1 are Taylor, Michael, Amira, Joseph, Jasmine, Monty, and Kyle. So they advanced to Part 2. So, yeah. In my next video, I'll talk about HOH Part 2. I'll talk about veto, the veto ceremony and nominations and stuff, and eviction, which that's going to be coming up soon. I'm sorry for posting late. It was just a lot going on, and like, I'm about to start a new job soon, and I'm about to start working at Amazon. So let me know if y'all want to see videos for that. Like, I don't know if I should or not. I'm not trying to get fired for recording or anything like that. Or maybe I'll just talk about it. Who knows? Like, let me know what y'all want to see from me. And I will be posting the challenge video. I need to do a reaction for that. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's it. If y'all enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, like, comment, share, and subscribe.